Wall Street Journal is reporting that Vladimir Putin and Elon Musk have been in regular, secret contact since 2022. The paper claims the Russian president discussed personal and political matters with the SpaceX founder. It also claims the Russian president asked Mr. Musk not to activate his Starlink satellite internet service over Taiwan as a favour to Chinese leader Xi Jinping. Now, the Kremlin denies the report. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said the president and the billionaire have only spoken once, and that was before 2022.
After that, Elon Musk had no further contacts with Putin, and all statements to that effect are false. These are probably just more untruths told as the political battle intensifies ahead of the election. The election race has entered the final stages now. And, of course, the two opponents won't shy away from anything. Remember last week, they were talking about how Vladimir Putin allegedly talks with Donald Trump all day long. Now it's said he talks with Elon Musk all the time. None of this is true. It's all untrue.
Meanwhile, figures released by the US Federal Election Commission show that Elon Musk's support for Donald Trump's election bid accelerating. Musk gave $44 million to his pro-Trump America Political Action Committee in the first half of October alone, bringing his total donations to the group to $119 million. As part of its plan to back the Republican presidential candidate, Musk's America PAC has been giving away $1 million a day to voters randomly selected from battleground states if they've signed a petition in favor of gun rights and free speech. Well, reports say the US Justice Department has warned America PAC that the practice may violate federal law. Elon Musk had his defense prepared.
Every day from now until the election, we're giving out $1 million prize. And all you have to do is sign a petition in support of the Constitution. It's very straightforward. You don't even have to vote. You don't have to vote. You just have to sign a petition saying you believe in the Constitution, which if you already believe in the Constitution, you're just signing something you already believe, and you can win $1 million. That's awesome.
Well, Brendan Fischer is Deputy Executive Director of the investigative watchdog and journalism project Documented. He's also a lawyer with expertise in campaign finance and government transparency. Welcome to DW. Where are you on this $1 million a day battleground state lottery? Is it legal?
It's not legal, and Mr. Musk left out an important detail in that description. So if all Musk was doing was giving $1 million or making voters eligible for $1 million just by signing a petition, there would be no legal problem. The problem is that the law prohibits any person from paying anybody to vote or to register to vote. And the eligibility for these $1 million payments or a $100 payout is conditional on a person being registered to vote. You have to show that you're registered to vote in order to be eligible for the $100 payout and the entry into the $1 million lottery. And that's what renders this plan unlawful.
Okay. So the US Justice Department has reportedly warned Mr. Musk against this practice. Are they likely to move against him this close to Election Day?
I would be surprised if the Justice Department takes any action before Election Day. They may take action after the Election Day. And it's actually not uncommon for the Justice Department to send out these kinds of letters. It seems like every election cycle you see versions of this, but on a much smaller scale, usually from organizations that unwittingly find themselves violating the law. So a classic example is Ben & Jerry's, the ice cream company. They were offering free ice cream to anybody who came into one of their stores on Election Day with an "I voted" sticker, and it was found that was very likely unlawful because your eligibility for the free scoop of ice cream was conditional on showing proof of having voted. So Ben & Jerry's changed the program to make everybody eligible for one free scoop of ice cream on Election Day, regardless of whether you show proof of having voted or not. So, what Musk and his America PAC could do is just loosen the parameters a little bit for this program, and they would escape any kind of Justice Department scrutiny. But it appears that they're not doing so, and they're forging ahead with what is very likely an unlawful plan. And then whether any enforcement action is taken after Election Day may just depend on who wins.
Right, yes. Presumably, if Trump wins, this all just goes away. Is there any difference between Elon Musk pumping millions into the Trump campaign and the Harris campaign getting showered with millions from their biggest individual donor, Michael Bloomberg?
Well, it's certainly true that billionaires and corporations and wealthy special interests are pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into U.S. elections this cycle. And that money is benefiting both Democrats and Republicans. And the problem is that regardless of who wins in November, the next president is going to be accountable to the billionaires and corporations and wealthy special interests that helped them get elected. One difference with Musk is that he has a lot to gain from a Trump presidency. His companies get hundreds of millions of dollars in federal contracts. They're heavily regulated by the federal government. And Musk personally could stand to lose a lot under a different tax structure. So Musk investing $100 million plus into this election, could be a pretty good investment with a much more substantial payoff if Trump wins.
Use of words there is interesting and sort of changes the way you think about that these political donations are investments in the outcome and investments in your business.
That's often the case. Certainly donors give for a variety of reasons. It may be for personal reasons. It may be for ideological reasons. It may be for patriotic reasons, or some mix of all of the above. But some also give for business reasons, to advance their own business interests or their personal financial interests. And Musk in particular has substantial financial interests at stake in this election.
The biggest organization donating to both sides is the cryptocurrency firm Coinbase. Just how far removed are these donors from individual Americans?
Yeah, that is another big storyline this election cycle, the amount of crypto money pouring into the elections. And that's one where the motivations are less murky. The crypto industry has been very clear that they are pouring a lot of money into elections in order to advance their interests, in order to advance crypto-friendly policies, and to elect candidates that are going to support their industry, and to defeat candidates that don't support that they believe do not support their industry, and it does seem like it's having a real impact, both in terms of who gets elected, but also in terms of the willingness of sitting lawmakers to take a more aggressive position on crypto, because they're afraid of crypto money coming up against them in their election. So I think the amount of crypto money flowing into this election in support of and in opposition to both Democrats and Republicans, is an indication of just how broken our campaign finance system is. It appears we're on track for the crypto industry to buy industry-friendly regulation and industry-friendly oversight, just simply by virtue of the amount of money that they're willing to pour into our system.
OK, thanks for talking us through that so clearly. Brendan Fischer of the Investigative Watchdog and Journalism Project Documented. Thank you.
Thank you.